You can adjust the width of these simply by adjusting the tab. You can pull it, okay, any which way to adjust to the girth of your pen. So let's say I have this Kafka to make sure that it stays secure. Okay, let me just focus that a bit for you so you see, to make sure that it is a bit secure, because as you can see there's a space right there, so it's not super secure. All I have to do is pull this right to make sure that it's secure. So I really like this feature of the of these Shibui cases. It's the same for this. As you can see, there is an adjustable tab. Let me remove my Takray or Takray. Okay, and again, since they are new, it takes a bit of wiggling, but if you wiggle it, right, it makes the tab a bit bigger. Now, since this particular pen is a bit slimmer, all I have to do again is to sort of pull it in. Okay, and then it'll be snug for each pen. So this is from Shibui, Philippines. They ship within the Philippines. I got this really quick. I had it instant delivered to my place, but I know that they also ship worldwide. So if you are into pen cases, you're looking for one, this is a very good long-term solution to storing cases if you are not going to go super big with your collection. So I'm going to pause right there so that I can maybe remove these from the cases, and then I'll get back and tell you the stories of my pens and how I got them. So here they all are, 1 month's worth of collection. Again, like what I said earlier, I think I'm going to keep all of these. I don't plan to sell any of these. There is one pen that I did get for the nib. Very interesting, just a quick fun fact. Right here, when you purchase a nib for the Kafkas, it's just a bit either more expensive or maybe just a tiny bit less expensive than getting a full pen. So I needed a nib for one of my pens, and the color that I wanted didn't come with the nib that I preferred, and so I got another pen just to switch the nibs with. Now that particular pen, that's navy Kafka, I have that, but it's not really part of my collection. I plan to sell that one. All right, so this is my collection currently. This is from the first to the last, or the most recent one. So I'll start with this. This is the Faber-Castell Ambition. It comes with the coconut wood, so this is real wood. This is a cartridge converter. Okay, it's uninked. Oh no, actually this is inked. I've forgotten what I've inked it with. And it comes in a medium nib. Now, okay, where did that come from? Okay, so this particular pen was a gift to me, and it was gifted to me a few years ago, and I never really used it, and I didn't know how to use fountain pens then. I think that was like 3 or 4 years ago. And so I couldn't make it work. It just didn't work. I brought it to the store, the Faber-Castell distributor here in Jakarta. It's in the Gramedia store, and they said they couldn't make it work. And so I took it, and because it was a gift, it had sentimental value. I never ever threw it away, or I never really did anything but simply keep it. And I'm very glad, because once I dove into the pens and learned how to clean pens, all I did was like clean it up a few times, flush it with the bulb syringe, flush the nib with the bulb syringe, and then voila, it started to work. So I'm kind of doubting that they sent it back to their distributor. because if they did, I suppose they should know. It was a fairly simple operation, but now it's working. Okay, and I'm very, very glad that it is working because it's a very special pen. I use this regularly to line some of the lines that I need for my journal. So that's the first one, the Faber-Castell Ambition in coconut wood. And then I have this. This is a gift to me too. And it has no name. I don't know. I found this in my jar, and I can't even find a box anymore. And I don't even know what nib it is. I think it writes like a fine. So if anybody knows what this is, please tell me. I really like it because of the cat design right there. It has like a little party hat, and it's in purple, which is my favorite color, and it's a gift. So of course I keep this, and this actually stays with me at work, and it stays on my work table. But I brought it home just to share. Then I have this Sailor Prophet Junior. I have the rabbit one. Okay, this was another gift to me. This was a fairly recent gift, so you can see, right? I do have quite a number of pens that were gifted to me, so I didn't just splurge on all of these. This particular one is in a medium fine nib. Don't know if you can see it. Okay, it's a Sailor pen, Sailor Prophet Junior in a medium fine nib. And I inked this with, I was very new when I inked it. I think I'll need to clean it soon. I inked it with the Emerald de Chevreau, and so I don't know, I don't think it's the best ink for this pen, so I think I need to clean that and then re-ink it. All right, and then this started it all. So before all these three were used and inked, I basically kept these away in some drawer, and then I found this and I super fell in love with this. Okay, oops, sorry, no, let me track back. I started to use this. I found this and then I put in the cartridge, and then it worked really nice. But I thought it was a bit too light and too, just too light for me to use. So I just did a little bit of research on what really good pens or fountain pens look like. And that exploration brought me to the TWSBI Diamond 580 Iris. And I so love this pen. I love it. Look at that nib. Let me just focus on that nib for you. Look at that. It's so pretty. Right? And the whole thing is actually a very pretty build. What is in this one? I think I've inked it with a shimmer ink. It's another Jacques Herbon Amethyst de Lourdes. Okay, so this is what this is inked with. This is in my everyday carry because it's so pretty and I love it. Okay, and of course, if you're a fountain pen enthusiast, you know that once you start diving into it, you just dive into it. And so as I was looking through the shops that I bought, the shop that I bought this pen for and the other shops that I explored, I discovered the Kafka collection. Now, it's a fairly inexpensive pen, especially since my first purchase was this one, which for some of you is also inexpensive, but for me it was quite an expensive purchase. And this sounded a bit less expensive, and the colors were so pretty. And I got this Kafka. This is my first Kafka in mellow blue. And again, I use this. This is my pocket pen. This is in bold. Okay. By pocket pen, I literally, okay, let me see if I can focus that for you. Okay, I literally house it in my pocket when at work. Okay, and I use it to sign, and I use it to write notes. And I really, really like it. I got a little clip for it too. Okay, so at work, I keep this on my desk just for like regular writing. and the nib is fine enough so that the ink dries really quickly. And then I have this in my pocket for just quick notes, and because I like looking at the color, it's very, very pretty. And as I was looking through all this and watching all these videos, I chanced upon the iridescent pearl. And I thought, oh my goodness, look at that. It's a little bit like the iris, but in iridescent pearl, meaning it shifts colors. And I got this in a medium nib, okay? Because I thought that I very much like the medium measurement in nibs. I have it in my Twisby, and then I have it here. This is uninked. I haven't really used this. The Kafka is inked. I've forgotten what I inked it with. I inked it with something purple. Not sure which one it is. Definitely not the Amethyst Allure. I think I inked it with either the Little Chris or the Little Mo from Cult Pens. Okay, so this is uninked. It's just in my collection. I just really like the color, and I will use it when it's time. Then I have the Dark Olive, also a Kafka. I like this because its trimmings are in gold. This is in fine. This is again uninked. Okay, quick story about this one. I actually bought this for someone else. It was supposed to be a gift, but when I talked about this gift with him, he said, well, he's not really into fountain pens right now. He is very heavy-handed when he writes, and so he said he would rather have like ballpoint pens or maybe roller ball pens, because he is a hard writer and he pushes hard on the paper, and he really just tosses his pens in his bags with no worry, and he is afraid that if he uses a fountain pen he will break it. So we'll see. And of course, as I explored all of these, I also explored inks. That's, I think, quite natural in once one explores fountain pens. And I started I started my ink swatch book, and I couldn't just dip my empty nibs on my into my ink bottles all the time, because I had to flush them all the time. So I thought I'd get myself a glass pen, and this I got. This is a Vetro 6. Okay. All right, so it's a spiral kind. I'm not gonna remove it. It takes a bit of finagling to remove it from its plastic encasing, which I thought was quite thoughtful of them to include. And it even comes with a nice little pillow. Okay, I managed to open it up a bit. Okay, that's fine. All right, and then I was we were getting ready to travel that time, and I thought, oh no, I've read a lot about leaking when it comes to pens, and of course I was going to bring this and this along with me when we traveled, but I was afraid that they would leak, and then what would I do, right? It'd be such a mess. And so I don't know, I thought about whether I should bring them or not, but I definitely wanted to bring a pen with me. And so I got myself the Twisby Vac Mini, and this is inked. Okay, I think this is inked with one of my more favorite inks from the Inkvent collection. Okay, I kind of forgot which color it was. Let me just have a quick check. Yes, this is the Deck the Halls. So I've inked this with Deck the Halls. And I really like how the shimmer goes, but I don't know, kind of looks a little dirty after a while, like the ink kind of sticks to the barrel. Don't know if you can see that. You see, it kind of sticks to the barrel instead of swishing around like, say, this one. So I don't know if it's the property of the ink or what, because this one, don't know if the camera is catching it, but it's very fluid, right? But this one kind of sticks to the barrel, if you see. Okay, you see it there? Okay, so it doesn't, oops, it doesn't really show the ink nicely. Oh yeah, and this one came with, which nib is this? This is a medium as well. But I don't know, this medium, okay, feels a little thinner than the medium on the TWSBI 580. So, oh, okay. And then when I was swatching with this, the tip felt a bit scratchy, okay, and I was not super well versed. I didn't know you could sand it, which I think I will do. So I got myself another glass pen. Also, this felt a bit long whenever I wrote with it, and this one felt like a real pen. This one also comes with an extra actual nib. You can convert this to a fountain pen with a converter, but I've just housed the glass nib option on it. This is a Moonman Mahjong N6, and I use it for my swatching. Okay, I love the color on this. Okay, and then I had been eyeing the Kaweco Ruby Red. Actually, I was eyeing the Vibrant Violet very early on, but this was out of stock in Jakarta, this one, and I couldn't find it anywhere. But the Ruby Red was available like a day or two before our flight, and so I was a bit excited about that. I love the color. It's very pretty, and so I went ahead and I got it. This one is in bold, okay, because I do like writing in bold as well. It's a little heavier than these, but not really by much. Feels sturdier though. I really like this color. Then we traveled back to the Philippines, and then as I was, of course, exploring everything fountain pen, I found out that we do have fountain pens made in the Philippines. In fact, we have one fountain pen maker that I know of in the Philippines, and this is the Kasama fountain pen makers. And I was very fortunate enough that when I visited, because they make these in like limited runs sporadically throughout the year, but I was so fortunate that when I went back to the Philippines for a visit during the holidays, they had just finished making a batch, and I managed to get myself a Kasama Ultim. This is actually one of their first designs. It's the bigger pen, and I got it in bold because I like bold. And look at that nib, so much bigger than my other nibs. This is also uninked. A lot of my pens are uninked because I haven't had the ink that I think I'd like for them, and I haven't found any reason to use them yet, but I definitely want them. This one I really want because I'm very proud of Filipino made products. This one also has a nice little coconut in its finial, and so I really wanted to showcase that. So I'm waiting for an opportunity to use it. Then when I was home, my father heard of my interest in fountain pens, and he said to me, well, you know what, I have a fountain pen, that I've been keeping for some time now. It was a gift to him from a company that he worked with, and it was, he said, it's been in his boxes all this time. He hasn't really he's not really into fountain pens, so he hasn't really used it, and he asked me to have a look at it to see if it worked. And so this pen is about 20 years old, 20 plus years old, and it's never been inked in his collection, and he passed it to me, and I thought he wanted me to check if it worked. So I flushed it and I fixed it, and I found the original cartridge for it too. Okay, so this is how it looks. This is in medium. Okay. It has 22 karat plating, gold plating on it. So it's quite a special pen by Cross. And I found the green, or this is green, the original green cartridge for it too, in Fountain Pen Palenque, a Filipino fountain pen group on Facebook. And so now I am using it, and it is also one of my everyday carry pens. This goes into my 3 pen case, obviously for sentimental reasons. And then the next one is a Thackeray pen. This is another gift, okay? And it's a fun one. Okay, this is a Christmas gift. And I really like the color. I think it's like very like antique carnival color looking. I am planning to use this soon, maybe when this one runs out. And I'm planning to use Vinta's Dugong Bughaw with it. Vinta is another Filipino fountain pen brand, but it's a fountain pen ink brand. And they have this beautiful sheeny ink called Dugong Bughaw, and I think it'll be a perfect match for my Thackeray. This is a gift for me, and I never really heard of this pen before, and I'm not sure, but it seems as if it's the only pen that they carry. It's more of like a survival sort of pen, because here at the very end, if you see that part of the pen on that quote-unquote finial, that is a glass breaker. Okay, I mean, how cool is that? So if you ever find yourself in enclosed in a bus, a car, whatever, and need to break the glass, you can use this apparently. And I think that's super cool. And it comes, okay, I'm not so sure about the nib for this. Okay, but okay, there you go. So I've yet to ink this one up, and so this is another gift. Okay. Oh, look at that. I love this. I'm so excited to use this. Okay. And then when while I was in the Philippines, I saw this Instagram account. I think it's Nibs and Flourishes, if I'm not mistaken. And she had such pretty swabs. And although I know that the paper is also part of the equation to come up with really pretty colors, she used this nib. And then of course I looked into it, and this is the Kakimori brass nib with the Kakimori holder. This is rosewood, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, and I read reviews and I watched videos, and I thought, okay, I'd really like it. So I'm actually going to make another video just comparing how this and this writes. So I'm excited about making that video. And my last 2. Okay, this is my first gold nib pen. And this is a Christmas gift as well. This actually came from Goulet Pens. I couldn't find this in Manila. I couldn't find it in Jakarta. So I went ahead and I bought it from Goulet Pens. There's a story behind this. When I share my unboxing video from Goulet Pens, you'll see it was quite a very expensive, exciting adventure getting this pen and the Goulet box. Actually, this is a sailor pen. Every rose has its thorn, and it is a 21K nib, and it is in medium. So this is a pen that I'm planning to have in my everyday carry too, just to look a bit more professional. But yeah, it's so pretty. I love it. And then as I was leaving the Philippines, I just had a quick ask if anybody had the Vibrant Violet, because I really liked it. And the person who I was getting ink vials from sent me a message and said, you know what, we have one. And I got it. It's in EF, so it's an extra fine. Okay, and I love the fact that I now have it in my collection. Okay, and so that is my 15th fountain pen. You can say my 17th pen in my collection. So currently I do have 2 Twisbys, both of which I love. Okay, I have 5 Kavecos. All the colors are colors that I like. This one would have only been in my collection is only in my collection because I wanted to gift it. But yeah, now it's going to stay because it has its own story. I have one that I can't really identify. Again, if anyone knows what brand this cat one is, I'd really like to know. I have two sailors, and I have I love this one, this Kasama one, and of course the cross for sentimental reasons, and it also writes really nice. Okay, so that's my collection. There is no top 5 or top 3 for me. I just want to say that some of the more special ones would be this, because of the stories it comes with. This Kasama, okay, and the cross, and of course the takre, because they're gifts. Other special ones would be, of course, my Every Rose Has Its Thorn, and my very first Twisby because of the color, and of course my very first don't fall, my very first Kafka because of the color too, and it's my first Kafka. The rest are very good pens to have as well. Okay, I really like all of them, but if I were going to save any, I promise I would save these first. And these are 2, 4, 6, 7 that I really cherish. All right, so those are my pens. Oh yeah, what's my currently inked pens? I told you I have a lot that's not particularly inked, but my currently inked ones would be my Faber-Castell, my Cross, my Kaveco Mellow Blue. Of course, both of my Twisbies are actually inked. All right, in purples and in grays. Okay, I also have this inked, but I'm thinking that I need to clean it up quite soon. And this is also inked, but this is like inked with the black cartridge. Yeah, so I think as I go through my journey, I'll start really inking. Ooh, be careful. Okay, I'll start inking the rest of it, and coming back with how I feel about each, how I feel when I write with these different pens. Okay, well, I'm very glad to share my suddenly huge collection with everybody. I hope you enjoyed listening to my little stories about each pen. And of course, if you have your own stories to tell about your own pens, I'd really love to listen to them. So please drop a link in the comments. I'm not even sure if you can do that. And if you would like to see a few more of my explorations as I go through this journey, do subscribe and do like. And if you want to say something, I would love to hear from you. Do leave a comment down below. Okay, so this is Kai from Kikai Craft. We're about to enter 2023, and I'm so glad that I have found this particular hobby, though my wallet seems to be complaining. Thank you everybody for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.